Your cat eats grass, then throws it up on your carpet. She freezes, mouth half open, at a smell you can't even detect, and she'll knock a glass off the table while looking you dead in the eye. None of this is random. To her, every bit of it makes sense. Your cat isn't being weird. You've just been reading her with a human dictionary. 6 of her strangest habits, decoded by what the science actually says. And the last one says more about you than it does about her. You live with this animal. You feed her, you sleep beside her, you know the exact sound of her feet hitting the floor at 6 in the morning. And you still have no real idea what she's doing half the time. That isn't your fault. It's a translation problem. You move through the world with your eyes and your words. Your cat moves through it with her nose, her whiskers, a set of instincts older than your house, and a kind of kittenhood she never fully grows out of. While you read a room by looking at it, she reads the same room by smell, mapping who walked through, what they touched, and how long ago they left. Same 4 walls, completely different operating system. So when she does something that looks insane to you, it usually isn't. It's written in a language nobody ever taught you to read. I'm going to hand you that language now, 6 times over. 6 of the strangest things your cat does and what each one is really saying. By the end, the last one is going to land a little differently than you expect. Number 1, the stink face. You've seen it. She sniffs something, a shoe, a bag, the patch of couch where another cat once sat, and then she freezes, mouth hanging open, top lip curled back, eyes gone slightly vacant like she just caught the worst smell of her life and is personally offended by it. She isn't offended, she's tasting it. On the roof of your cat's mouth, just behind her front teeth, there's a small organ most people have never heard of. It's called the Jacobson's organ, and it's a piece of equipment you don't have. When she makes that face, she's pulling scent up off her tongue and into that organ, where it gets read as something closer to flavor than smell. That slack, faraway look is the look of a cat concentrating hard on a message you can't even perceive. It tends to happen over the really information-rich stuff. Another cat's scent mark, a trace of where some animal has been. The chemical signals cats leave for one another that carry no odor a human nose could ever catch. To her, your doormat or a visitor's bag can be a full page of news, and that open mouth just means she's reading it slowly. And this isn't a guess. Researchers tested it by blocking that exact organ, and the open-mouthed face almost completely vanished. No organ, no reaction. The face was the cat using a sense we simply don't own. So that horrified grimace over your shoe, she isn't judging it, she's reading it, which is strange enough on its own. But the next thing she does looks less like a hidden superpower and more like a malfunction. Number 2, the grass. Your cat is a meat eater. Her whole body, from her teeth to her gut, is built to hunt and eat other animals. And yet, she'll stroll right past a full bowl of food, find a blade of grass or the edge of your houseplant, chew it down with real commitment, and bring the whole thing back up onto the carpet about 30 seconds later. For years, everyone told the same story about this. The cat eats grass because her stomach hurts, and the grass makes her throw up to settle it. It's a tidy, logical story, and it's almost certainly wrong. Researchers at the University of California, Davis actually dug into this. They surveyed more than 1,000 cat owners who watched their cats closely, and the old story fell apart. The cats weren't acting sick before they ate grass. Most of them never threw up at all afterward. The vomiting, when it happened, looked like a side effect, not the goal. What they think is going on is far older than your living room. Out in the wild, a cat's ancestors carried intestinal parasites, and chewing rough plant matter helped drag those parasites out of the gut. Your cat almost certainly has no worms. But the instinct never got the memo. She eats the grass because 1,000 generations of cats before her ate the grass, and it kept them alive long enough to have her. It shows up earliest and strongest in kittens and younger cats. And it isn't even a cat thing exactly. Dogs do it. Plenty of wild animals still out there hunting do it. It's a deep, shared piece of carnivore wiring, and your cat inherited her copy. So she isn't broken, and you didn't do anything wrong by not noticing. She's just running very old code. One quick note while we're here. The grass itself is harmless, but a lot of common houseplants are not. Lilies especially can badly hurt a cat, so those are the ones worth keeping out of reach. We've covered what she does and what she eats. Now look at her face again, because that might be the thing we get most wrong of all. Number 3, the grumpy stare. You know the look, that flat, faintly disappointed expression she wears on the windowsill, like she's unimpressed with everything in view, you included. We've built half the internet out of it. The grumpy cat, the cat who can't be bothered, the cat who merely tolerates you. Here is what's actually happening. In 2023, 2 researchers sat in a cat cafe and recorded cats interacting, frame by frame, for months. They expected cats to be somewhat expressive. What they counted was 276 distinct facial expressions, built from 26 separate muscle movements. For comparison, that's more expressions than a given can make. Your supposedly cold, unreadable cat has one of the busiest faces in the animal kingdom. The catch is that almost none of those expressions are pointed at you, and almost none of them look like human feelings. So when you glance over and read grumpy, you aren't reading her. You're painting a human mood onto a face that was never built to show it. The downturned mouth you read as disappointment is just the resting shape of a cat's face. The real signals she sends are smaller and quieter than the cartoon we keep looking for. Ears and whiskers easing forward, the eyes softening to a slow half close. One of the researchers compared the level of detail to the difference between a real smile and a polite one in a person. The meaning lives in the tiny stuff, and we keep waiting for some big, obvious cue that cats simply never bothered to evolve. This is the part that quietly rewrites everything. The old idea that cats are aloof, that they don't really care, that they only put up with us, mostly survives because we can't read the signals. She's been talking the entire time. We're the ones who kept staring back blankly. And once you accept that she's communicating, the strange physical stuff stops looking like nonsense and starts looking like words. Even the part of her you would least expect. Number 4, the backwards hello. You're petting her, somewhere near the base of the tail, and up it goes. The back end rises straight into the air, tail flicked off to one side, with what can only be called total confidence. To us, it reads as one of the ruder things a small creature can aim at your face. To another cat, it's basically a handshake. The base of your cat's tail is loaded with scent glands, sitting over a dense knot of nerve endings, which is why a scratch right there can melt her into a puddle. When she lifts her rear toward you, she's doing 2 things at once. She's chasing that good feeling, and she's offering you her scent, the same way cats greet and identify each other. In a calm, confident cat, that raised back end is about as warm as feline body language gets. In a home where the cats get along, you'll catch them doing it to each other all the time. A quick sniff and a lifted tail as they pass, the feline version of a nod in the hallway. When she does it to you, she's filing you into that same circle. Just know the spot is sensitive, so a few good scratches usually land better than a long session, and she'll let you know when it's enough. Noticing that is part of reading her too. So the gesture that feels like an insult is, in her world, much closer to leaning in. It's only that her greetings and ours begin at very different ends. That's what she does with her body. But a couple of her weird habits aren't really about her body at all. They're about you. Number 5, the knocked over glass. You set a full glass of water near the edge of the table. She strolls up, holds eye contact, and with one slow, deliberate paw, pushes it straight off. The internet calls this spite, proof that cats are tiny agents of chaos who secretly resent us. She doesn't resent you. Two separate things are happening. The first is a hunting reflex. Cats are surprisingly far-sighted, which means small objects up close are blurry and a little ambiguous to her. A pen, a bottle cap, an earring sitting near the edge. Some quiet part of her brain asks, "Is that alive?" So she taps it to find out. It moves, it falls, mystery solved. That's a hunter testing prey, running an ancient routine on your coffee table. The same paw that would pin a mouse in the wild is now interrogating your car keys. The second thing is the part that should give you pause. She has learned you. Somewhere back in time, she knocked something off a surface, and you reacted. You looked up. You got out of the chair. You made a noise. To a cat who wants your attention, that is a jackpot. And it doesn't even matter whether you're annoyed, because annoyed is still attention. So she isn't plotting against you. She ran a small experiment, got a reliable result, and filed it away for later. Which raises a slightly unsettling question. If she's learned exactly which buttons make you respond, how well does she actually know you? Hold on to that. We come back to it in a second. Number 6. The one that's really about you. You sit down with your phone or you open the laptop, and within about a minute, there she is, walking across the keyboard, sitting square on the screen, headbutting your hand until the phone tips out of it. We explain it the lazy way. She's jealous. She wants the warm spot. She's being a pest. But take everything we just learned about her and lay it side by side, and a very different picture shows up. She has a face wired for communication. She reads scent like a language. She runs little experiments to see what makes you react. And here you are, in your own home, suddenly gone still and silent, your eyes locked on a glowing rectangle, your hands busy with something that isn't her. She has noticed. Cats track our attention far more closely than we give them credit for, and yours has spent every day of her life studying the rhythms of yours. When you get up, when you sit down, when you go quiet and unreachable. The laptop is warm, yes, and it smells like you, which already makes it worth investigating. But the deeper thing, behaviorists believe, is that she has worked out the single object in the house that pulls your attention away from her, and she has learned exactly how to interrupt it. Walk across the keys, sit on the screen, put herself between your eyes and the thing they keep going to. Almost every single time it works. You look up, and this is where the whole video turns over. This entire time, we've been talking about how badly we read cats. The face we misjudge, the instincts we mistake for mischief, the greeting we take as an insult. We've been the ones who can't read the room. But your cat, parked on your laptop, staring up at you while you try to get something done, has read you completely. She knows what you do all day. She knows what holds your attention, and she knows the one move that pulls it back to her. We spent this whole time trying to figure her out. She figured us out a long time ago. So the next time your cat does something that makes no sense, try to picture what's happening on the other side of it. The open mouth is a cat tasting the air. The grass is an instinct older than your house. The flat stare is a face you can't read yet. The raised back end is a greeting. The glass on the floor is a question. And the cat flattened across your keyboard is the one creature in your life who has you completely figured out. None of it was ever random. It was a language running the whole time, just under the surface of a home you thought you already understood. You won't be able to unsee it now. Once you start reading her instead of judging her, your cat stops being weird and starts being a little easier to live with. The next strange thing she does won't feel like a glitch. It will feel like a sentence you just haven't translated yet.